Cassie. Cassie on the run. They looking for her.
Really terrible news for Cassie. Cassie is ducking and dodging the very same accountability she asked us to give Diddy.
Well, she was stomping people out with socks? Her too?
Victim advocate is nowhere to be found when it's time to get the other victims their justice.
Oh.
When it's time to hold people accountable for victimizing them. And the reason why she's nowhere to be found when it comes to getting other victims in this Diddy and Cassie situation justice is because their justice is going to come at the price of Cassie's $30 million fortune that she got in this Diddy settlement.
I knew that's what you were talking about. This man justice.
Possibly Cassie's freedom.
Nobody cares about man justice. That's not the same thing. No, nobody's crying for men. You didn't hear nobody on TV crying when that man got abused.
So when it's time to get other victims justice, she don't want to get them justice because it's gonna cost her everything. Mm-hmm. And she's running and ducking and dodging her accountability. Cassie is being sued. She's currently in the middle of a lawsuit with this guy called Clayton Howard. Mm-hmm. He's one of the dudes that Diddy hired to be involved in his menage a trois with him and Cassie. Now, the courts were trying to figure out, man, why Cassie hasn't been coming to court? All right, so Cassie was forced to let the court know exactly what's been going on. And she told the court that she has fled the United States. Not only did she flee the United States, Cassie was honest with them folks. She let them know, hey, I reside outside of the United States.
I heard that not too long ago. I thought it was a joke. Go ahead, Cassie on the run. She got her money, got up out of there. She's like, I just got this money. Ain't no way y'all getting it. Ain't no way.
I do not intend to move back to the United States at all. I am completely done with the U.S. I would never, ever in the history of Earth live in the U.S. again. Probably she's done even visiting the U.S. She's not stepping foot back on this soil. She told the court, hey, this lawsuit is still proceeding even though I don't live in the States anymore. Can we move this to New York so my lawyers can get to court easily? Because y'all would never see me. I'm not coming back. I'm sorry. She literally told them folks, I'm not coming back. I have no intentions on ever coming back. Y'all can move this to New York and my lawyers can come to court. But I even think that's a ploy. I even think her lawyers coming to court is just to stall this long enough for her to receive that $10 million settlement that she's owed from the hotel. Cassie is still owed a $10 million settlement from the Intercontinental Hotel because I guess they have footage of Diddy whooping on her and they sold the footage to Diddy for like $250 and they never released it and they made it very difficult for Cassie to get the footage. And they essentially was co-conspirators in hiding Diddy committing this crime against her. So she won his $10 million settlement. Now, this settlement is still in transit. So if this lawsuit is settled and he get like a default judgment, he could go after her $10 million settlement before she even gets it. So I think Cassie is just stalling and holding off until she gets that settlement. And now she's overseas. She can hide.
What about the other 20 she got from Diddy already?
Like hide her money in a bunch of foreign accounts,
23
foreign banks, and he would never get a dime. And she has pretty much let it know that's her intent.
She gave him bumps.
Cassie was not Diddy's victim. Cassie was a co-conspirator.
You know?
Now, Diddy did some atrocious things to Cassie. We understand that. But Cassie, for the most part, was more of a co-conspirator than she was a victim. Cassie was the one who transported the male gigolos to the freak offs. She paid for their transportation.
Yeah.
They all testified and said the person who gave them the cash was Cassie. You know, the person who owned a male gigolo website said it was Cassie who used her debit card to pay for the services. Okay. So Cassie was essentially like guilty of everything Diddy got found guilty of. Cassie was guilty of transporting like people and trafficking people for sex work. Like that.
Lock up.
So to me, Cassie is making the right decision. Get out of Dodge, get out the country, leave. So they can't,
because they locking everybody up. She gonna be the first lady to get the Mann Act.
Prosecute you, or they don't feel like it's worth their time to prosecute you. And then also too, these lawsuits, she's gonna lose these lawsuits. She's 100% gonna lose these lawsuits. Yeah. She victimized these men. Now, the one dude who she victimized, he has came out since to like give a statement. Now, you've probably already heard because we covered this extensively. Like Cassie raped this dude. Now they're considering it rape because Cassie apparently like took his condom from off of him, and then
she wanted to jizz. She was vicious about it.
Stuck his penis into her like almost like within seconds. So
raw dog. Oh, how dare she?
Like they was like having and like intercourse. She backed off, took it out, and then stuck it back in almost like right away.
Absolutely
that's
not.
stealthing. That's SA. Cassie apparently provided him the drugs, right? You know, before like their intercourse. Cassie, like did things to him, like apparently like gave him STDs, pissed on him when he did not consent to it. So she did a lot of things.
You know what I'm saying? This sounds horrible. Horrible. Poor man.
This dude is saying, hold on, I did not consent to a lot of this. Also, I was trafficked by Cassie. She transported me. Right? So if Cassie a victim, I'm a victim. I need my paper.
You might need to press charges.
She's out of Dodge. Now, the dude who's suing Cassie has responded back to Cassie fleeing the country and essentially avoiding accountability, civilly and criminally.
Hello, I'm Clayton Howard. I am the plaintiff suing Diddy and Cassie.
He half a lawyer too. I heard he's about to be a lawyer, but now he feel bad about it because everybody they want to play with his dang.
For on these freak-offs that happened all these years ago with the male escorts and all of this stupidness that you now see all over social media. So for the last couple of months, audience, I've been quiet. I'm a law student. I'm not a professional prostitute. I'm not a male escort. All of that is being constantly circulated by the media has something to do with something that occurred in my past over 10 years ago. However, people need things to watch too, especially people who don't like to read and who are ignorant. So you guys who are social media junkies tend to listen to what all of the lying idiots who are racist and biased put whatever before your face simply to try to...
He looked like Uncle Murder and Tony Yayo mixed together.
Create stories and narratives to push agendas that may be in the minds or in the overall goal of people who are utilizing these social media outlets. People, I believe Cassie and her legal team
and Dave Chappelle a little bit,
have created a dedicated campaign to try to discredit me, stalk me, harass me, whatever it might be. Cassie has filed a motion to dismiss. But audience, Cassie has not disputed any of my allegations. Her motion to dismiss attacks me on timeliness of the allegations, stating that, because it happened X amount of years ago, now it's too late to charge her or seek action against it.
The biggest mistake that Diddy ever made was paying Cassie. He still went to jail.
Mm-hmm.
He still went to got jail. Locked up.
Everything. He could have still been holding on to the money he paid her right now, beefing about it. He gonna need it because he in there. Can you imagine? Diddy got to be the saddest, most angry man in the world. He walking around with that little tiny ding, and the whole world know it. You can't even scroll on Twitter without seeing this ding. It's a damn shame. This nigga dick more famous than Michael Jackson right now. His dick get out the limo and shit, bitches screaming, passing out. Oh my God, it's Diddy's little dick.
Reputation is still ruined. All his secrets is still out there.
All of them.
And if Cassie and her lawyers is in court saying, hey, he can't sue Cassie because there's a statute of limitation or this happened a long time ago, this is so wild. Yo, Diddy got scammed, bro. This is so wild, bro.
He deserved it, though.
Just basic math real quick, or basic logic, okay?
Dummy.
Cassie is suing Diddy for a freak off that took place, let's just say 2016. Clayton Howard is suing Cassie for freak offs that took place in 2016. Cassie and her lawyer, when they filed a lawsuit against Diddy, said she deserves $20 million for Diddy actions in terms of trafficking her, in terms of putting hands on her, violating her rights, and doing things to her in 2016.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, if Clayton Howard is suing for Cassie doing those exact same things to him in 2016, and to take it a step further, he's suing for the exact same events, because much of what Cassie is suing for, Clayton Howard was also present for.
He almost got stomped too. He's like, hey, wait a minute, Diddy.
Cassie was claiming Diddy was drugging her, making her sleep with other men. Those men were Clayton Howard. So if they're literally suing for the exact same thing, at the exact same date, in the exact same events,
he will get the exact same amount of money.
Cassie legal team say with a straight face, we deserve $20 million from Diddy for what he did to us at that time, but Clayton don't because Clayton is past the statute of limitation. So that meant they understood they were past the statute of limitation, but they still filed and was able to still scare and extort. That's extortion. That's literally extortion. They understood that they wouldn't have won this because it was probably past a statute.
She scared
So
him.
they still filed anyway. So they could put out all of Diddy's business out there, forcing him to comply and give her $20 million of his own money.
Out his pocket. He paid right away, too.
Because if y'all knew that the lawsuit had no legal basis and y'all was only doing it to extort him out of money, that's crazy. But I don't think it's going to be that easy for Cassie. I don't think a judge is going to see what Cassie got and look at Clayton and say, oh, yeah, you can't sue Cassie. No. she's gonna have to hold herself accountable. And I agree. I think Diddy was a monster. I think what Diddy did to Cassie was terrible. But I also think what Cassie did to Clayton was terrible. And I also think Cassie is a monster as well.
Her motion to dismiss tries to use a text message sent by me to her husband, trying to respect her marriage and not blow her up for the cum dumpster she actually is. Now, audience, I'm gonna.
He probably used to call her that. That was a nickname. That was a.
Something for a fact, because Clayton Howard is no liar. I most certainly sent that text message to Alex Fine, and it wasn't because Cassandra Ventura is a truthful woman. It was because Alex Fine, being a man who simply was in love with a woman, he had no knowledge of the truth of what really happened with Cassie because he wasn't in those rooms. So out of respect for this guy, I didn't contact him and say, yo, your wife is a cum-catching, cum-dumpster, a liar. I tried to...
Spoken from the law office of Strongbone and Strongbone. What he called her?
Really happened with Cassie because he wasn't in those rooms. So out of respect for this guy, I didn't contact him and say, yo, your wife is a cum-catching, cum-dumpster, a liar. I tried to contact him with a velvet glove, hoping that contacting him favorably would allow Cassandra to reach out to me to explain to me the things that I was hearing in the media. Because, audience, I knew she was lying from the beginning of when I first heard the media reports. Now, audience, you should know something that's really very valid, that the Wigdor law firm seemed to leave out of their arguing that I'm trying to go after Cassie's money. People, I was directed to the U.S. Attorney's Office by the Wigdor law firm. Wigdor sent me to the U.S. Attorney's Office because he knew that Clayton Howard was the guy and that I could verify everything Cassie said. What he was hoping on is that racism and bias in the use of domestic violence would make my voice and my allegations, I want to say, non-prosecutable. He was hoping that he would be able to work with the corruption of the U.S. Attorney's Office to protect Cassie, even though everyone knows at this point that Cassie is lying.
Cassie and her attorney have told the U.S. Attorney Office that this man Clayton Howard was one of the victims, and they told them that because they thought that Clayton Howard would have went along with whatever Cassie said against Diddy. But when Clayton Howard goes to the U.S. Attorney Office, he tells them, "Well, Cassie is who transported me. Cassie is who paid me. I did communicate with Cassie outside of Diddy. Cassie and me did talk outside of Diddy." Right, when me and Cassie had our one-on-ones, Cassie gave me STDs. Cassie is who stealthed me. She took off my condom. So once he said all of that, they didn't call him to testify against Diddy because they didn't want him to say those things on the stand.
Right.
So you don't get to identify this man as a victim. And now,
I see you, Flakko, with the rollie.
When he wants to be treated as a victim and get compensated, now all of a sudden is, he just want like Cassie's money. Cassie got the $20 million. Damn, because she enjoyed her $20 million? Well, you wanted that same 20 from Diddy for things that took place in the same time frame as the things that you supposedly did to Clayton Howard. See, bro, you can't have your cake and eat it too.
Right.
Right? If in Cassie's world, she's a monster and Clayton's a victim. And in Cassie's world, he's also obligated to that $20 million compensation.
You have to come up off that, shorty.
Diddy give him 10, you give him 10. But you won't get to enjoy all your money, bro. Now she's overseas trying to put the money in offshore accounts, trying to hide it. This woman is dangerous, bruh.
So, people, what happened is the U.S. Attorney's Office leaned on the attorney, Tyrone Blackburn, and this is why myself and Edmund Laurent action was not filed against Cassie. Because the U.S. Attorney's Office leaned on Tyrone Blackburn not to sue Cassie until after the Diddy trial, which made the allegations of the true victims of the Diddy freak-offs and the sex trafficking conspiracy of Cassie, Daphne Joy, and Sean Combs, which made those victims, how do I say this correctly, which denied those victims justice. The real victims, the men who were manipulated by Jane Doe, by Cassandra Ventura, the dozens of men who this happened to for years. Many people might want to say that the men aren't victims because the men were paid. People, you have prostituting women every day who say that the men who have been flying them around the country, sex traffic and abuse them, they go to court and they destroy these men's lives.
Right, and Cassie got paid too. What we talking about? Nobody denied she was a victim. Everybody called her a victim.
What's the difference with a man who's saying the same thing about a woman who actually testified during a criminal trial to do it? Audience, Cassie admitted to sex trafficking me. Cassie admitted to lying on me. Cassie admitted to creating an environment that was completely deceptive of the truth of the narrative that what was going on, at least to me. People, by all legal terminology, that's coercion. If she wasn't willing to tell me who she really was and what was going on, people, she was lying to me. She hid her identity for multiple years for the sole purpose of lying to me and convincing me that herself and Sean Combs were husband and wife.
Sound like a victim to me. Sound like a new charge to me. Hey, man, you coerced that man, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I like this brother Clayton Howard, man. Oh, he know how to speak that white man language, man. He know how to speak them white folks language, man. Oh, this is coercion. This is stealthing. This is manipulation. This is trafficking. Oh, no. This brother is a crook.
You think he a crook? He not a crook.
Lie, man.
He trying to get his money.
This brother is a crook.
Don't say that to him, yo. He not a crook, Flakko. Yo, he not a crook, yo. Don't hate Clayton Bigsby. Get your money, man.